insanity to me because I got a new setup going on, sharing a broadcast. I just got to turn off the face cam. That's all. Broadcast settings, advanced, and turn off that. There we go. Well, what is going on, guys? Welcome to Gumps podcast episode whatever. Well, you can a huge shout out to Nico because of him, I could do full face cam, no pesky stupid screenshot or anything like that. And on top of that, if you're listening to the podcast right now, listen to this. Music! We got a soundboard and everything like that, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow.
Wow, bro. Kick ass. Our guest today, Chris Hicks. What is going on, my dude?
What's up, Gump? Thanks for having me. It's always fun to chat with you, man.
Yeah, dude. It's always fun. We always get on our spicy little tangents. And I feel like that's going to happen today. But our main topic today is going to be AMC and this crazy scheme they got set up, which I think is brilliant to see. It's a good testing ground to see how close they are to like releasing blockbuster films. Because right now, I think the closest one that's going to be released is, if I'm not mistaken, is New Mutants. And New Mutants is coming out August 28th, which to me, I don't think it's going to stay there. But they're marketing it like it's going to happen, so let's see how that works out. But this huge scheme they got setting up is on August 20th, so 8 days before New Mutants is released, they're going to be doing 1920 style 15-cent tickets. And when I heard this, I'm like, that's pretty cool, because it's a testing ground for everybody. It's going to see the studios of, okay, they sold this many amount of tickets. Are we comfortable with that? Are we going to release this movie, and are we going to make our budget back, or are we going to push back? And I think it's the smartest way to do it. And plus, it's very nostalgic too, because I think AMC was
nostalgic for who?
No, I'm just saying. I'm saying it's nostalgic back
then.
I know, but listen, I'm saying like back when I was like really young, tickets were like $7, and like
$5 tickets, man.
No, I'm saying when I was a kid, but like. Because the day after the 20th, so the 21st, it's going to be $10 tickets. And it hasn't been $10 for my theater in well over 10 years. It's been consistently like $16 a ticket.
Jesus.
And yeah, we got it's pretty ridiculous over here. And if you wanted to get a 3D movie, and that's going to happen a lot of the times, especially with the way that they set up shit. A lot of the times you're going to only be able to get 3D unless you want to stay there until like 12:30 in the fucking morning. And you would watch a 3D, and that would be $25 for one ticket. And I got like fucked out in the end on that one day. I forget what movie I saw, but I was like, me and my brother, we really wanted to watch something, which was really rare. And it had to be 3D. And at this point, I have my glasses still. So I was not happy, but we got it, and they're like, yeah, that'll be $50. I'm like, for what? 2 tickets? They're like, yeah, it's 3D. I'm like, fuck this shit. But yeah, it's a total ripoff. So that's why I'm like, yeah, I feel a little nostalgic, because I remember when it was like $20 for 2 people, not for one. So I want to hear your thoughts, Chris, on this, because I know you were alive around that time period. So what are your thoughts on 15-cent tickets? What do you see this on as a fan standpoint? Are you going to go? And on the business standpoint, I'm curious to hear what you got to say.
No, I'm not going to the movie theaters, not with COVID around.
Okay.
Second, is just a cheap marketing ploy. That, I think it's kind of irresponsible, to be honest with you. We're not out of this pandemic, and we're going to, like, waive 20-cent movie tickets to go see these. I'm assuming that the movies you can go see are not anything that's new release. It's the stuff that they're releasing out to test.
Yeah.
So see movies that you could see on Netflix, Amazon Prime, or Hulu or what have you. To rush out to the movie theaters. So I'm looking at it from two different kinds of standpoints, but my foot is in both camps. So like I think it's asinine and stupid. As from a fan, from somebody who goes to the movies, I think from a business point, I think it's selfish, asinine, and stupid. So my movie going experience hasn't been $16 tickets, $16 ticket, yeah, 16. I was gonna say $16 an hour ticket.
Oh shit.
$16 tickets, but it's been up there. But like you said before, the nostalgia thing, I don't think that kind of really plays a factor because these aren't prices that anybody's going to relate to. But also, what I'm saying is it could backfire. Like, let's say they get overloaded with people wanting to see movies. It's not like I doubt it's going to happen. But let's just say people come in droves now to come see the movies. Are the theaters prepared for that if it happens? I don't think it will, but it's not going to make me rush out to see the movies that are being released. I already own them, and I have a big ass TV, and I have a pause button, so I'm not paying even 21 cents to go sit and see. Hey, you might get COVID while watching Jurassic Park, and I'll be forever ruined, from Jurassic Park because I got coronavirus during it.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying I'm paranoid about coronavirus, but I'm not taking risks. I'm a rather be safe than sorry kind of person until I need to, unless I'm put against the ultimate decision, which is protect yourself or don't protect yourself, unless it's life or death. You know what I'm saying? So for me, that's my thoughts. It's not going to entice me to go back to see movies I've already seen. Plus, they've already should have some kind of streaming service for us to watch it at home. It's redonkulous that they haven't. So I'm putting my foot down and really not trying to give them any of my money right now.
Yeah, I will say it is better than what when AMC was trying to open like 5-6 weeks ago. Like they were trying to open up like back in July for Tenet because Christopher Nolan was being a sourpuss. And they were like, okay, face mask not required. I know face masks only can do so much, but I'm just saying they were like, it's not required, but it is recommended. But now it is a requirement, and I could see the safety precautions being taken because you gotta, like, there's like, okay, we're not taking cash. It's straight debit cards and credit cards and whatever.
What's wrong with wearing gloves? I like using cash because it doesn't glitch on you and cause inconveniences. Or what if your card's chipped?
Again, this is them taking. This is just them taking that extra safety precaution.
Extra safety precautions on top of already like dipping sales, and you're already gonna say like, okay, the 1% or 2 or however percentage of people who pay with cash aren't gonna go to the movies now. But you're okay with trying to open up just to get any kind of money. You're so hungry for money that you don't care who you ostracize.
I mean, I feel. I know you're going to be a little bit more harsh towards this topic because I know, but I know why. Because for those who don't know, Chris had pretty much a lot of shitty experiences with the movie theaters. Like I'm pretty sure you said like you had at least, from what you told me, at least 3 that almost ruined you going to the theaters ever again.
And then it kind of already has, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so I already could see why you're on the fence about everything. But so it's always interesting to have someone on the opposite spectrum to get this. Am I going to go out and watch, I don't know, like Black Panther again? Probably not. Back to the Future? Probably not.
Ooh, Back to the Future, I might, but I'm not going to. I mean, I might. You almost got me.
Yeah.
If the coronavirus, dude, no coronavirus? Hell yeah, I'm going to go back and see Back to the Future. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, but like those are going to be the kind of movies, like the 2 movies they always bring up is Black Panther and Back to the Future. Like I know for almost a fact that those are going to be the movies playing. I'm just excited to go back out into the world, but I don't know, because people and the Karens and the male Karens out there.
What are the male Karens called? Chads?
I have no. Chads are the surfer bros, the ones that always have their shirts off, beefed up. Those are Chads, like surf's up. No, but the male Karens and Karens, I swear to God, it's so cringe.
Kenneth.
Yeah, you got Karens and Kenneths
Kenneth.
over there. Like, just record. Like, this, I swear to God, I saw this on the internet by accident. I do not look for this shit because I find it cringy as hell and it actually pisses me off. And I don't want to be pissed off just to be pissed off. Who wants that? But this lady pre-recorded, so she's recording before anything starts. She records walking into a store, and then the second someone starts talking to her, she whips up the camera because she's got an incentive to start drama. And then she's talking like a fucking lawyer. Like, Karen, shut up. You literally have spent 5 years of your life watching Law and Order, and you think you're this expert dude on like, fuck off. Like, it really, it always annoys me. It never really, it just, so I'm afraid that people like that are going to find reasons to piss, moan, and complain, and it's obnoxious. I really don't like it, and I feel like people like that can ruin this experience. But if you take those Karens and Kenneths out of the equation, there can be a way to do this. Like, again, there's limited seating. There is limited seatings, so I think it was like you got to set 3 seats apart. I don't know the exact numbers, but there's a limited seating, and you got to wear a face mask. But at that point,
is it worth it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But is it worth it?
For all that?
Yeah, and I love the movie-going experience, but I don't want to risk getting sick, especially because a lot of my close friends got sick and his family got sick, and I don't want to risk it. And I'm a high risk. So with me and having asthma, if I get it, that's, instead of getting a 1 shot to the head, and you might get out of the way and dodge it, they're going to have 3 bullets to shoot me in the head. And I got to now, instead of dodging 1 bullet, I got to dodge 3. So I got to be really careful, but I also really want to see these movies, but I got to play it safe. Even though I was tempted, because I'm getting stir crazy looking at these fucking white walls.
And I get it, but we have to be... We have to try to be responsible, but at the same time, you have the right, if it's open, to go. I'm not going to judge anybody one way or the other, but the fact either side starts criticizing either side for their decision makings and not giving respect to them, that's when things start to get upsetting. When people start cussing people out and getting horribly mad at each other. I just don't want to deal with that anymore. It's like, you can't have a difference of opinion, and we're getting off topic, but it goes along those lines. Do I want to go through all that just to go see a movie? I don't.
No, and what's important
I'm
about
not taking
like
my
a movie?
Family.
Yeah,
no way, not anytime soon.
Yeah,
Sorry,
what's important about the movie going experience is the fact that you got to be invested, you got to be sucked in. That's what makes, for me, the movies so much better than watching anything at home, because I have this oh shit, I just hit my thing. But I got this, I don't know, like 32-inch TV. It's a decent size. It gets the job done. But it's hard to get sucked in. But when you're in the theater, you got this big projector, this giant screen in front of you. It's pretty easy to get invested and sucked into a story where you're not watching events unfold. You're watching this journey like a fly on a wall. You're experiencing something. That's why I want to go back. But if you were wearing a mask, it's kind of that extra mile harder to get invested, because you're going to constantly feel your breath. It's not going to be as easy. And at that point, I might as well just stay at home, even though I am getting stir crazy.
Yeah, I'm with you. There's going to be too many distractions, and there already is at some, for some point. But I just got spoiled. I've been spoiled with all the streaming services and films coming out faster than they ever have before, like on DVD and digital. Sometimes the digital comes out a month before you can get a hard copy of things. So like I have no problem going to my office, putting a movie in, and just having it by myself. That has now become the way I like to watch movies. I don't want to share my experience with other people as much. Too distracting.
Yeah. There's always I have 2 ways to view something, and that's with a crowd and by myself. And a lot of these smaller budget, I'm going to be watching a Marriage Story or something like that. What the hell is that? The one with Scarlett Johansson and Adam Driver.
Mm-hmm.
It's the one where they're getting divorced. I'm gonna watch that. I'm not watching that in a movie theater. Would I like to support the creators for that? Of course. I would love to help support them because I heard nothing but great things. But you're always gonna run into the chance that you're gonna get those teeny, dreamy girls in the back that talk throughout the entire fucking movie. I remember watching Selma in theaters.
Who are just there to kill time like we used to do when we were young people. We didn't really want to go to the movies, but we didn't want to go home. We were bored. Yeah, it's
so when I was watching Selma, there's on like a very huge scene, and then there's these girls in the back just fucking yappering. I'm like, what the hell are you doing? Have some goddamn respect. Like, seriously. Like, hey, this is something that really happened, and it's very traumatic, and I was invested, and then you ruined that. So you're not only like kind of disrespecting events that have unfolded, not directly, but like you get the point, and you're disrespecting people who spent their hard-earned money, who probably some people have to wait months and months and months just to be able to say, yeah, I think we're stable enough to go to a movie. You could have just done that to somebody because you wanted to kill some time. Have some respect. Seriously, it does annoy me. That's why I like the smaller stuff on the bigger screen, and on the smaller screen, my bad, and the bigger stuff on the big screen, because it's like I was saying on my last podcast, it's the opposite of a mob mentality. Mob mentality is the total bad side of a gang up, but the movie going experience with it, like a Marvel, it's the opposite. You're just in a group, and when someone gets super excited, for me at least, my excitement just gets amped up that much more because I'm in a room of people that have the same passions as me and has the same drive as me. And in Endgame, though I hated it, not really hated it, but I didn't like it, I still had the ability for the first time ever to just go, fuck yeah! And everyone just started cheering. And it's a different experience, and it adds to the experience for me, at least with those movies. But yeah, not every movie is like that.
No, and I felt that excitement when I was younger, I think. Not so much now. I go with people, I remember the last, friend, and this is how long it's been. This is the last time I went to go see a movie with somebody, was Age of Ultron.
Really?
It was my wife, my best friend, her husband, and her 2 kids. And, Becca, my best friend, she kind of knows what's going on. Her husband's oblivious to this shit. So the whole damn time I'm watching Age of Ultron, she's trying to explain to him what the fuck's going on, and she's not doing a good job of it. I'm like, no, you're wrong. That's not the Silver Surfer. Where the hell did you get the Silver Surfer? That's the Vision. That's Vision. Anyway, no. He can't use the hammer because no, you're telling. And then all I'm hearing is her husband's like, I don't get it. Like, what's that guy doing? I'm like, are you fucking really doing this right now? Like, what? Shut up. Contemplate in your head like we all are doing. Like, and she's just sitting there talking to him like they're sitting in having breakfast. I was looking over at my wife like, I can't believe I want to actually say something to him.
Yeah, that's obnoxious, and you're always going to get experiences like that. Thankfully, they don't happen that often to me because I try to go. I try to go opening weekend. I
fucked up. We went back and saw Jurassic Park.
When?
Jurassic World, I mean.
Oh,
Jurassic
World. Okay. I mean, that was also 2015 though.
Yeah, I know, but that didn't end. That was stupid. Oh my god, that was bad. That was a bad experience as well. I don't know, man. I just don't.
You got to find the right time. You got to find the right time to go. That's another thing. Usually, opening weekend or opening day. I know it's a lot harder, and you don't want to go out of your way. You just want to have a fun time at a convenient time for you. But if you go opening day, because that's what I've always been doing with these movies.
I'm never going opening day again.
Oh my god! Yeah, okay. You're enough with your bad experiences. You're depressing me over here.
The last opening day, the last time I ever stood in line for a film, legit stood in line, was for The Dark Knight.
I never stood in line.
Dude, to this day, The Dark Knight was probably, as an adult, what was that? In 2008, I was 26, 27, I think. Yeah, no.
25.
Yeah, 25. Okay. But the experience of that film, and I was with a big ass audience too, but you know what? Nobody fucking said a word. We were quiet as a fucking church mouse up in that fucker. And I was sitting up, I sat up in my seat the entire time, watching this movie unfold. I didn't eat popcorn, I didn't drink any of my drink. I was glued to it.
Yeah.
And excited when you came out of the movie theater. I was dating my wife at the time, and I was all talking about it, geeking out. Never happened to me since. Almost happened to Man of Steel, but anyway.
You're jaded as hell, dude. That's what you are. You're jaded as shit. You know what happened to you? It's one of those supernatural creatures that just like has like a straw for a finger and you just stabbed you in the back of the neck and sucked your soul out. That's what happened. You have no soul anymore. You don't feel joy. You know what you need? You need a good old taste of Zac Efron's 17 again. That's what you need.
Dude, that movie wasn't that bad when it came out.
No, it's not that bad. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying that's what you need right now. You need to relive being 17.
No, I don't.
Yes,
being
you fucking...
not...
Just saying, because you sound jaded as piss, bro. Holy fuck. I'm going to go through the comments really quick.
Oh, I'm a little older than you. Wait, I want to hear you talk to me when you're in your 30s.
Oh, dude, that's if I make it there, bro. Jesus.
You'll make it there.
Yeah, freaking one burger away. Dude, I had a piece of... I tweeted this out, but dude...
Chill out, bro.
No, I'm saying, like, I went to go work out. I went to go work out, and then the guy at the park was like, yeah, you can't go in there. If you go in there, that's like loitering or whatever. So I had to go home. I was going to go jog at a park because, you know, whatever. So I went home, was depressed. I'm like, well, there goes my production. My productive emotion is gone. Now I'm going to be depressed. Ate some cake, and then I had the Hershey Squirties for like an hour and a half, and that really symbolizes my life. So I was like on the toilet. I'm like, I just wanted to go jogging.
What the hell was in the cake that made you go diarrhea?
Dude, I don't know. I had a slice the day before. Nothing happened, but I don't know. It was just the wrong piece, I guess. It was that one piece that was spiked with something, but dude, dude, I was like I was straight up to the creation of the Charlie in the chocolate factory. I'm just sitting there just making his chocolate for him, crying. I was like, no, it was a boss in me. And we ran out of
what's wrong with me?
And then, dude, I asked my mom for anti-Hershey Squirties, and she's like, "What's that?" And she's like, "What's that?" I'm like, "Anti-diarrheal." And she's like, "Oh, I think we ran out." And then I went back to the toilet and just cried some more.
Jesus.
Fuck me, dude. But anyway, let's go look through some of the comments really quick. Okay, I don't know why companies should listen to the Karens. They keep hurting themselves either way. Yeah, it's more attention grabbing, and they just want to get they want to spark up drama because they literally crave on it. They're the kind of people that punch a bitch in the face, hide behind some dude saying he did it. They're the kind of people that do that. I just don't like I have to wear a mask indoor for 2 hours, which can be annoying. I think you meant outdoor. Can be annoying, but I have to protect myself. It's crazy. The last time I was in a theater was Valentine's Day for Sonic. Fuck, dude. I remember watching Sonic. Not a bad movie. I was expecting a lot less.
So was I, but I'm not saying it's great.
No, it's definitely not top tier, but I had a fun time watching it. And at the end of the day, yeah, it was a good kids film. And I'm not a Sonic fan, but I'm like, you know what? I'm not a Sonic fan, and I enjoyed it. I call that a win. I'm gonna call that a win. Plus, it was Jim Carrey's movie. Let's be honest here. I thought Jim Carrey like stole the show every time he was on it.
Didn't he call like him Captain Dipshit or something like Captain?
Yeah, he said something crude.
He said something really crude.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't believe you got away with that.
Yeah, he
He
said
called
some
him
crude shit.
Captain something like Captain
Douche.
Special. Like I don't know. It was bad.
I'm gonna have to rewatch that movie. I
Yes.
watched I watched Deadpool, and yeah, Karens bring their three kids to watch a movie, and Sonic was for kids, but I wanted to shut the idiots up. So he's just talking about how people bring in their like fucking 4-year-old children to see Deadpool, and I never got that. My mom was very lenient on rated R movies growing up, but she would never take me to a theater when I was like
What?
5 years old. Like I never understood why. Like I forget what movie it was. It was like a horror movie, and it was hard rated R, and there was like fucking 8-year-olds in there. I'm like, what the hell are you doing? What the hell are you doing? Are you that desperate to shut your kids up? That's just I'm not a parent, so I can't say that's bad parenting, but I'm just saying that's kind of
That's
asinine.
not good. They don't need
Yeah.
to see that movie.
Yeah. Just going through this. Not a Sonic fan. Yeah, I know. Sue me. I need to I need to find someone who's willing to make memes of me and people who appear on the channel, just so like it just like Ree would be the most consistent thing. It's like Ree, it's like shaking cam and everything like that. Jordan Wheeler also said this. My life is watch, eat online, and taking a shit. That's my life in a nutshell. I'm like, yeah, except, if I have one bad thing, my stomach just goes nuclear. And it's just, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they saw a swastika on that piece of cake or something like that, and they're like, nuke it. I don't know what happened, but my stomach was just like, nah, that's got to get out, fam. And it's like pure molten lava. I didn't like it. But anyway, yeah, but no, but like seriously, I see business wise, I see why they're doing the whole AMC 15 cent thing. I understand your concern. Honestly, you can really look at this on both sides of the spectrum and have an understanding. And that's another thing people just don't understand on the internet. You got to look at both sides of the coin. You can't get your information on one side and just say, okay, that's the truth. Like, if I say, oh, there's this and this, you can't take it like it's fact, because I'm just a dude talking to a camera who I'm assuming people are watching, having a good time. Either that, or there's some freaky people out there that get a wax on, wax off, if you know what I mean, because I know I'm dead gorgeous. It's delicious. No, but I'm just a guy who's talking to a camera at the end of the day, who is passionate about movies, comics. That's who I am. So don't take my word as law. Please don't. I don't want that responsibility. Nor I shouldn't. No one should have that kind of power. So if I say something, have the dignity to just look into it, or just say, like, you know what, I don't care enough to look into it, but I'm gonna assume that you're telling the truth, but be skeptical. That's the word. Skeptical at the least. What was some of your best movie experiences? Well, I'm going to go to you because clearly you don't have any. So if you like at least one or two, so go through that gold mine or shit mine, and tell me what's your best experience. Because for the love of God, you have to have at least one.
This has nothing to do with the actual movie that I went to go see. But what happened at the movie?
Okay.
I'll wait for Gump to finish pouring his drink so loudly.
Sorry, was not close to the mic.
Yeah. It sounded like a fucking Pepsi commercial in my ears.
It was water. It was H2O. This video is sponsored by Purified Drinking Water.
Go hydrate yourself.
Go hydrate yourself. Continue.
But I don't know if you've ever seen this movie. It's called Saving Silverman.
What? No.
It's a Jason Biggs movie. It came out around the time where American Pie was popular. Those kind of films.
Yeah. So early 2000s we're talking here.
Yeah, like 2002, 2003.
I was thinking 2005.
But it doesn't matter. That's the movie we're going to see. But this happens before, where me and my friends, we come in, and into the theater is like a board, and you got like a wall, and you have to go around it and climb up the stairs.
Okay.
And so we go to our seats. We usually sit, kind of high up in the middle. and you can look to the bottom right of us is the little tunnel that we came out of to come up, and we're just sitting there with our feet up on the fucking thing, right, reading the stupid, waiting for the movie to come on, reading the dumb whatever the hell advertisements are on the screen and shit, and then
Oh jeez.
sorry, but this older gentleman and his son, who's all like about our age, but probably a little younger. I'm like 20, 19, 20, maybe at the time. And they sit in front of us.
Okay.
Me and my 4 friends, and then the dad leaves to go get concessions, whatever. So the credits, so as he's gone, right? A couple minutes go by, and as he starts to get into the theater, the lights go down, and he's holding like 2 drinks and a bag of shit.
Oh
like popcorn.
no!
Right? Okay. Okay. And you can see the emergency exit sign. He's standing underneath it, glowing like some kind of UFO, looking around like he can't find shit. And me and my friends are noticing it, and his son's just watching the trailer. So he spots us and his son, right? You can see him look and go, oh, like where he's supposed to go. So he starts walking forward and he can't see because it's dark. And he smashes right into that wall. Everything just goes fucking flying. And me and my friends, we take a second and we just start laughing, and then we stop because he starts to climb back up to see his kid, and his kid's sitting there. And then I'm sitting behind him, and I'm trying, I'm holding my mouth, and I just fucking just start laughing. And my friend just follows my lead, and we're laughing for a good 10 minutes. I'm not kidding. And after we were done laughing, you're at that point where you're like, oh. And he turns around, and he looks at us, and he goes, ha 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 ha. And I'm like, and then I lost it again because he did that.
Jesus.
Oh, it's so fucking hilarious. Oh, the movie it just wasn't about the movie. We couldn't wait to get out and tell people what happened. It probably is not as funny as to me it was. Like, you had to have been there.
No, it's one of those things that has to be there. But man, that's gotta suck.
When he had like a dad sweater on with the collar coming out.
Oh my god, that's even better.
Dude, he turned around because his arm is on the other seat, turns around and he goes, and I'm just like, oh no, why? Why did he just do that? Oh man. But I was kind of an asshole for laughing, but I tried.
I mean, that's the thing with people. You laugh at people's misery. It's human nature.
The sound of the thud. Sorry, but the sound of the thud shut the whole goddamn movie. Dude, it's like, when you walk with a purpose and you hit something and you go in at like full speed. He just couldn't see it. And it was just boom, and then you hear fuck, and shit just fucking flying everywhere. It was like a movie scene. It was just fucking ridiculous.
I can't believe
what we saw. I'm so sorry. I hijacked your phone.
No. That's the point of the podcast. But I can't believe that out of all the things, that's your favorite movie-going experience. It wasn't like a crowd reaction. It was someone walking into a wall.
Nope. Yeah, because to this day, 17 years later, 18, almost, yeah. It's still hilarious to me. I still think about that. I can't watch the movie without thinking about that. I can't talk to my buddies back in the day, back in Cali, who were with me because we remember it. We always talk about it because, it was the same movie where my friend Darren let out a huge fart during a quiet moment in the film where it was transitioning and it got really quiet. And then he just ripped a big ass fucking fart.
Oh my god.
It just erupted the movie theater. Sorry, it's juvenile, but
no.
I don't know. Every other time I went to the movies was usually anticlimactic, or I was on a date, so I really wasn't paying attention to the movie. I was more or less... oh, excuse me. worried about other shit.
Okay, so Webhead said, I think one of the weirdest experiences is when me and my parents watched The Shape of Water, and I was nervous because of the things I heard about. Is that the one where Guillermo del Toro had a dude or like a chick sexually attracted to a fish?
Yes.
Oh dear, that's incredible. I just not my cup of tea. People love that overly weird shit. People do, but
Yeah, not me.
not me. I mean, like, because I feel like that's artsy bait.
I don't know, man.
No, just like, I mean, to be fair, that's Guillermo del Toro's style. Is just like overly weird, and yeah, it's just like, I mean, when you look at Hellboy, it's kind of the same way. Because I mean, I'm not sure, because I'm not going to sit here pretending like I read the comics, because I didn't. But like Hellboy is like it's like a demonic guy dude thing, and like with him, with this regular chick who just randomly combusts because she doesn't have a grasp on her emotions and her abilities. I mean, like, it's weird, but I think it's not as weird as a chick being like, see that fish with fish fins? I'm gonna bang that tonight. I'm gonna grab him by the gills and ride him like a fucking horse. It's weird. It's weird. Hellboy is a great movie. I like the first two movies. I didn't see the new one. I'm gonna probably watch and do a quick review on that on my Twitter, because that's the thing I'm gonna be doing a lot recently too. Is the fact that I'm gonna be doing a lot of like quick reviews, something that won't make an appearance on my YouTube channel or my Patreon, because I'm going to start doing Patreon content as well. So make sure you support me on patreon.com/Gumps videos. And yeah, so make sure you also follow me on Twitter, because I did a review of Scoob. Did you? Quick question, sidetrack. Let's sidetrack here for a second. Did you ever see Scoob?
No.
And do you have any plans on watching Scoob?
I mean, I'll probably see bits and pieces of it sometime.
Okay.
I have a daughter, but not anytime soon.
Because I'm going to do a brief rundown of what I said on my Twitter review, but you still should follow me on Twitter, Gumps_videos. Not as bad as I was expecting. If you're a Scooby-Doo fan, it's alright. But the one thing that did kill it is the thing that killed the trailer for me, is the fact that they got to make modern day references every second that they can. Like, what was it? When they were kids, Daphne was dressed up as like Wonder Woman. Shaggy, like, that was not as distracting because it's just a costume. Shaggy, I don't know. He was like Falcon Dude, Falcon Bro, or some shit like that. And then there was a Judge Judy reference. I'm like, Judge Judy hasn't been really referenced since like 2010. You got to get with the program. It's 2020. But like, they were making like IKEA references, Netflix references.
Isn't this for kids?
Yeah. And I'm just like, but still, it felt out of place. Like, I'm not sitting here acting like Scooby-Doo has never done stuff like that, but they never done it in such an asinine way. Like, they've done like crossovers with like WWE and shit like that. But this is a feature film, not straight to DVD. So I was expecting a little bit more out of it. But the moments that did feel like the cartoons, there was a lot of charm to it. So I don't know. There was some cool moments, but I feel like the weakest element is when they try to add drama between Scooby and Shaggy. That's the one time I'm like, really? We're doing this?
Lazy screenwriting.
Yeah, there was just like,
but like, all those kids shows have to follow that format. Like, that's one of the where I'm getting at. It's like piggybacking your thought. It's like, if I can already kind of feel the formula of your movie, I'm not at a rush to see it. And most of the time, I'll be honest with you, most of the time I can figure it out. Most of the time, I'm keen to it. There are a few exceptions where I saw a movie and I was like, damn, I should have saw this long before I did. I was wrong. But most of the time, when it comes to that stuff, like, our mutual friend, when he was explaining that to me, I was like, I saw all that shit coming. Like I don't I don't know, very formulaic.
Yeah,
Doesn't interest me. I'm not a big fan of Scooby-Doo to begin with. I mean, I don't know, man.
yeah.
Just not my thing.
I saw Scoob because people told me about it, and holy crap, I was disappointed. Agreed. It was again. There was moments I liked, like the moment where Scooby and Shaggy first meet the robots in the bowling alley. I felt like them trying to disguise themselves as workers, and I thought that was very classic Scooby-Doo. And it didn't feel like it was them being like desperate to make a joke. I'm like, oh, like it felt natural. It felt organic, like the cartoon. Not everything has to be like the cartoon, but it just everything else was just like it was desperation of a 90-year-old man trying to be hip with the kids,
Right.
and it was just
And then they're
you
trying
felt
to
it.
set up a Scooby-Doo universe and shit.
Oh
Like,
my god, they did, and like they blew up the fucking Scooby van, the Mystery Machine. They blew that shit
What?
up. So they have a futuristic like jet Mystery Machine, and now they have a corporate. It was
Oh my bloody
yeah,
God.
yeah.
Gump.
It's
I
yeah.
forgot, and this sounds really stupid, but I'm wearing a what happens in the van stays in the van t-shirt.
In context, it makes sense, but out of context,
Please pause for a station break. Are you fucking thirsty? Do you talk all the damn time and you're like, Jesus, my fucking mouth is dry?
my fucking
Well,
mouth is dry because I've been living on
Right.
Tatooine. Have some purified drinking water. Not a sponsor, just kidding. It is a sponsor. Go to Walmart and get your purified drinking water now.
Go hydrate yourself. Anyway,
Refreshing.
so right. Welcome back. Station break for water to be poured.
H2O.
You know, reminding you guys to stay hydrated. It's important.
It's very important. Don't always drink that sodas and shit. It's always
Yeah.
important. What was the statistics? Like 90% water? Drink some water. It's important.
Right. Water's 90% water. You can't beat it.
Whoa! Water is
Right.
90%
Yes.
water? Wow! What's the other
yeah.
10%? Take it to Jeff.
And
You know what it is? It's 10%. It's 90% water, 10%
According
Jesus.
to the bowl of 10% Jesus. According to this, it says bull urine.
Oh.
Right.
Not a sponsor anymore.
Right.
Just kidding. How do they know bulls were my kink?
Ew.
Let's see. Let's go through the comments really quick. I like the beginning because it's a callback, a pup named Scooby-Doo. Yes. Alright series. And the homage to the classic show, but only we got with Hanna-Barbera. Still think Zombie Island is the best Scooby-Doo movie. I agree. That will forever be one of my favorites, if not my favorite. I like the I forget it. It's like Cyber Chase. That was my favorite growing up until like I watched Zombie Island again because I remember watching Zombie Island growing up. That scared the piss out of me. Did you ever see Zombie Island by any chance, Chris?
Negative.
Negatory. You should try to give it a watch. It's actually pretty dark for a Scooby-Doo cartoon. It's really dark. Like lighting, like everything. It felt gross. Like, you know, everything in the Scooby-Doo universe feels colorful and bright. This felt like icky and disgusting, like less saturated, and in a good way. Because I know a lot of filmmakers are like, I want something dark and edgy, and because they want something dark and edgy, they feel like they got to turn the saturation down to like 0. Like they got to make a fucking noir movie. I never understood that. Like, I like color in my movie. Like John Wick, that's a pretty dark toned story when you really look at it. At least John Wick 3, but there's still color in there. You can make a dark story with no color.
Right, yeah.
Well, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say there's a little bit of color in the John Wick movies.
Yeah, I mean, like,
that's all-
it's very stylistic too. It's like neon
Right,
lights.
It's style over substance. That's just a stylistic film.
Yeah, but like I will defend Man of Steel. I mean, Man of Steel versus BVS. I feel like BVS was even more brown and gray. I felt like there was some color to Man of Steel. That could be just my, my overall love.
There wasn't a whole lot. There was more color in Man of Steel than there was in in BVS than there was in Man of Steel.
Okay, yeah, because it was a lot of gray, wasn't it? It was a lot of gray.
It's not gray. It was just muted color palette.
Yeah, but still, I like to have color in my movies. Makes something to look a little bit more interesting. But that's Zack Snyder's style and choice, so he can do whatever.
If you're going for realistic, that just doesn't work on film.
I know. I'm not saying like you gotta up the saturation up. But I'm just saying like I like color in my movie because again, it's pleasing to the eye. When everything looks muted. I mean, there's always a way to do it. Like in a show I watched, Supernatural, I really love that show. When things start looking like Man of Steel color-wise, it's because they're either in an alternate dimension or they're in like a different timeline or whatever because they did some whack out shit. So it's just telling us as a viewer they're in a different world. But in that stylistic choice, it makes sense. But just as an entire movie, for me personally, it's not as appealing. But again, I love Man of Steel to death, and I will forgive anything Man of Steel does bad because that movie, in my opinion, it's a close masterpiece.
It doesn't do that many things wrong, and people
really
give
doesn't.
it a real bad rap.
Oh man, how sad! Oh, sorry, you go.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, you go.
That movie inspires me. I don't know why people are fucking complaining it doesn't inspire people, but
it's just because again, me and you had this discussion a billion times, and we'll probably have it a billion more. People want Christopher Reeve's Superman, which I do not. Here again.
I like that Superman.
I like the Superman, but I just don't like the way those movies were told. I don't. It's just events of just random things happening. Superman's there to save the day. If that's what you want, cool. I want a continuous story to unfold with an arc for our character to evolve. And I feel like Zack Snyder had something set up for that, and I was really excited. But with Christopher Reeve's Superman, he's pretty flawless. And in every sense, and which I get it. That's what everyone sees in the comics. That's what you strive to be. But again, in a movie standpoint, I just want to see more.
Right.
I want to see growth in plot and character. But
in the fucking movie, he goes from a kid to an adult, and he's talking to his dad, and he's like, "You must become Superman because that's what the script says." And he's like, "I don't know. I got this costume on, and I'm already a do-gooder." Without explaining why I'm such a good do-gooder. That's okay, because look, if you hate on Man of Steel, then no, honestly, if you hate on Man of Steel for its character development, and you say Christopher Reeves had character development, then I'm no longer gonna breathe oxygen next to you.
That's okay. That's a bit much, but okay.
Because you don't understand character development, and you're so stupid you're never going to understand that you don't understand character development. And I don't want you breathing my air.
Jesus fucking Christ, bro. Okay, I'm going to set up a poll. You continue.
Because they give him shit, but it's like, okay, this Superman's going to deal with his powers. The other one is just like, I am Superman because... Well, why? Why do you want to become Superman? Because I stand for truth, justice, and the American way. I read a comic book too, Superman, but fucking why?
Yeah.
What does it feel like to be an alien on a planet? What does it feel like to have a secret identity? What does it feel like not to tell people who love you, who you are? How does it feel to be the last son of Krypton on the planet Earth? How does it feel that as much as you love us, you're not one of us, and in your darkest moments, you know that? And how does it feel that any moment we can turn on you if we think you're the enemy? Because that's what humans do. We fear shit.
Yeah.
And Man of Steel exploited that, and he wanted to be good in the face of under like all these odds that are just against the poor dude. It's like what they did to Thor. They took a lot away from him, and then it's like, oh, that's not Thor. He's not acting like Thor. I'm like, yeah, he's not, because he's been to his breaking point that I hope none of y'all ever have to go to and figure out what kind of person you are when that shit happens to you. You're not going to be fucking Superman, Christopher Reeve Superman, just saving the day and shit. It's not that easy.
Yeah, and...
It's not that simple.
Yeah.
Zach was trying to make it complicated because it's complicated.
Yeah, if you want comic book accurate, like, from the OG days of Superman, if that's what you like, watch the Reeves stuff. But, again, if you want to watch a good movie, Man of Steel is the way to go, at least in my opinion, because, again, watching a dude fly around, like, in random events in time and just, like, save people, that's not interesting to me, because I know when no matter what happens, he's going to save the day. And, like, again, Lois dies in a very way, then he just does the one thing his father told him not to do and goes back in time with no consequence, because that universe has no consequences. And I don't know. And I know I talked to you about this before, but I love how people harp on Man of Steel being a murderer. I know he murdered like half. He did it himself, but like he had a hand in killing half of Metropolis. But again, there's context in that. But beside the point. But when it comes to Zod, he snapped his neck, and people are like, he doesn't kill. In Superman 3, this dude grabbed his little Superman mittens around Bizarro's neck and squeezed the life out of him until he disappeared. Some of you might say, though, but that's not a real person. That's just a figment of his imagination. It was an inner conflict battle. But you know why I say that doesn't matter? It doesn't matter to me because he doesn't know that. He sees this guy as a viable threat. He's getting knocked around. Every punch he feels is real. So he went and he squeezes
toe-to-toe with himself, basically, which was the same situation Man of Steel was in, going toe-to-toe with another Kryptonian. And you know you gotta kill him. There's the only one of you's gotta kill each other.
Yeah, and plus, let's be honest here, Clark from Man of Steel had a much more bigger reason to snap Zod's neck versus Superman and Superman 3. He didn't really have that much of a reason. He tossed him around in a garbage disposal once or twice, and then he's like, okay, this guy's got to die. But people were okay with that, but Zod is responsible for literally destroying Metropolis, and you're like, oh, you know what? No, his neck doesn't deserve to be snapped. But you see what I'm trying to say? There's like clearly a blind love for Reeves movies, and I understand why.
I tell people all the time, when you're not watching the movie when Zod and Fiora threatened to kill every single human a number of times, and Clark, we all just saw the Phantom Zone go bye-bye, so it's just him and Zod. As we know so far, nothing can stop a Kryptonian.
Yeah.
So he has to kill him. There's no other way. And I don't know how you don't understand that watching the context of the movie.
Yeah.
You just don't want to accept it, but that's you putting your emotions on top of not understanding the film. What you're pissed off as a creative choice.
Pissed off at the movie.
Right. You need to stop. People need to go, okay, well, I didn't like that choice, and give me a good reason why you didn't like it, and we'll talk about it, but there's no one's ever said something to me like, oh my god, you're right. But the only thing, like, Zach doesn't throw this shit in your face. He doesn't have a line where it's like, it's just you and me, Clark. The Phantom Zone is gone.
Yeah.
He says it like off-putting. He says, this is the only way this is going to end is either you kill me or I kill you. It's said. You know it's coming. So, I don't know. It's just like, that's not a viable argument.
Yeah.
Say what you want about the color palette. Say what you want about the darker kind of tone. But it's not... It's one of the best origin superhero films.
Yeah, I agree.
Stylistically, it's got great structure.
Yeah, and it's got great pacing for like a 2.5 hour movie, but some people call it super boring. I'm just like, is it boring because he's not flying around saving people, or is it boring because it's character development for like an hour and a half, 2 hours. I found the character development interesting because it's setting up. This is not the Reeves Superman. This is not that shit 2006 Superman Returns movie. I hate that movie. Oh god.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are
Part
you?
of me likes it.
Yeah, I was about to say. I thought you kind of liked it. I just don't like it because it's trying too much to be like Reeves Superman, and like it's just Superman who can carry things. He doesn't really display any of his powers. He just happens to be bulletproof, and he happens to have super strength, and he happens to be able to fly, and that's it.
It wasn't that movie was that movie was a disappointment because it wasn't so much about the superpowers. It was more about like,
And like
he's got human issues he's got to deal with, and then
and they weren't even
Lex
that interesting either.
Lex Luthor wants land again.
That was bullshit. I'm like, what is with it? Like, this fucking fly. I'm like, what is with it? And these stupid Lex Luthor, like, villain plots in these movies. Like, when I saw the first Superman movie, I was in awe. When the first it's like a 2.5 hour movie. Like, the first hour and a half is literally Superman just saving people. Well, the first hour is just his origins, and then the next half hour is him saving random people, and then they are like, oh yeah, by the way, Lex Luthor's in this movie, and he once plotted land villainy. I'm like, okay, cool. Then Superman Returns is like, oh, people love that movie, let's do it. I'm like, no, that's a terrible plan. That's a stupid one-sided villain plan. I told you this before as well. I like my villains with like actual motives. I make them think like, okay, in the back of my head, I'm doing this for the right reasons. Like, let's say Lex Luthor's mother was deathly ill and he went near bankruptcy because he was just trying to like pay off her medical bills. And he's like, you know what? Robbing a bank, I don't like that. And I know the only thing I know is true is selling property. Okay, if you really wanted to do the selling property shit or buying land, cool, I guess, but make it interesting. But no, he's just like, yeah, I have millions and billions of dollars, but you know it's not enough. I find that so boring. And like how I find the Christopher Reeve Superman's so boring. Because no matter what happens, when he gets into the suit, I know things are going to be okay. When I see Clark Kent in Man of Steel, I say, oh my god, what's going to happen? Is there going to be like consequences to his choices? Like, is he going to pick the right ones? Is someone going to die? Are they going to blame him? Are they going to look at him as a hero here? Like, what's going to happen? You ask these questions, which keeps me invested. But no matter what happens with Superman in the Reeves movies, everyone's going to like him. Like, he was a douchebag in 3 when he was Bizarro mode. But they just swept that under the rug. He's like, everything's fine again. Everything's fine. Boring. Ass. Trash. Whatever.
Some of his best acting was when he was the bad Superman. He was like, come on.
Yeah, that was pretty good. Because it was actually interesting.
It was a very interesting concept. And I love the muted down colored suit. Mm-hmm. I really do. I think it's a better suit. But anyway, I just think Christopher Reeves has some charm to his character. Like, yeah, if we lived in a great world where someone like Superman exists from like Christopher Reeves, he's just a nice guy. Overly nice for no like this guy it's badly written in the comic book sometimes, man, because there's really like no reason for this guy to be so loving and protecting of human beings. Why?
And then people just
don't
say
want
it's
to
just
know
like
why. We just want him to be something for us to aspire to. Well,
that's good in comics and everything, but when you see it in real, when you see a film, you want to be invested, and you can't get invested in someone who's like people these days.
Go read a comic book.
Yeah, people these days are saying like these Mary Sues. People would throw the term Mary Sue at the new Star Wars trilogy in a heartbeat.
Oh yeah, she is. Sorry.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but other people would. But those same people would say Christopher Reeve's Superman is perfect as is.
Well, Superman is.
Yeah, and I'm just like, yeah. But that's what's the male Mary Sue, Stanley Sue, or some shit like that? I don't know.
No, it's a Gary Stu. No, it's a Larry Sue. Larry Stu.
Larry Stu. Yeah. So Superman and Reeves is a Larry Stu. I'm so sorry if you guys love the Reeves stuff, but I'm just speaking my honest opinion. I don't want to ever be fake and just give you an opinion that you guys will like, because that's boring. It does not create good conversation. being fake like that, and you're never gonna get that with me. I just don't like it. I understand why people like it to an extent, but I don't understand why people feel like just because something's not the Reeves Superman, they gotta shit on it. Like, I don't know. People these days have this tendency to be like, if it's not like the original, or if it's not like the comics, or it's not like this, it's not like that, something that you grew up with,
Even
it's
if
gonna be
it's
awful.
done well, they're not gonna even like it. They're just not gonna like it.
Yeah, I'm just like, so if you have such a problem with it, kick your fucking ass in the gear and make something. Make something. If you want to like bitch about your lack of control in Hollywood, make something. That's the point.
Exactly.
Yeah, just and don't you put your fucking like, oh, this should have been like the comics.
Right.
Yeah, you do something.
Then do your little fan film that you want to do and prove to us why we're wrong. Why all of us who love the film are wrong. Show me on film how you can do it better.
Yeah, and sometimes you might say you're right.
Right, and if, like, look, I know you don't have to be a filmmaker to do this, but what I'm saying, if you're going to insult it to that level, you're going to get so hung up on all this shit, but you don't understand even the hint of what filmmaking is, like I've been there before, man, where I'm on set and I'm like, oh my god, I prepared for 3 months on one scene, and it's fucked because I wasn't looking at it through a cinematic lens. You can't. Some things you just can't do, and you got away with shit like that in the '70s, but that shit doesn't fly now. You want to escape? With Superman, there's 1,000 comic books, man. I'll go recommend you some that you want to go. All-Star Superman, that's great. Go fucking read that. But Zach tried to introduce us like the other side of the coin. You know, if you look at him as like arguments of a point of view, but like Superman in the Christopher Reeves movies never had a moment of developing his powers. Never really. He had the one scene with his dad where it established, you know, something of his character. There's nothing there, and then Man of Steel gives you something that wasn't there before, and you just don't like it.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm getting off on a weird.
No, you're fine.
I'm just saying, like it's. You don't. I just like I said, you don't know what you're talking about when it comes to actually trying to make a production happen. I mean, I think it just not so much of it's just a grand like a broad explanation of something without having any knowledge of like the actual inner workings of something. It could change everything and how you look at things.
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying. Keep an open mind to both sides of the argument. Even me, I listen to the haters, but like I honestly can't find one valid point from the haters that I can't explain in the film, and the film doesn't fucking explain it itself.
Yeah,
like I'm like it's almost like we're not even watching the same movie.
Again, because people look for I've seen this before, where you despise something so bad you look for everything else to hate, and that's what people do. I've seen it with people I've worked with before, people I worked on with Mason. I've seen people like that have that kind of mentality. You don't like one thing? Okay, now let me find every reason to hate on this movie. So it's a very toxic thing, and it's very obnoxious. But yeah, it's annoying. Let me read this comment really quick because I definitely want to get into this. Think about no, you're fine. No, you're fine. Think about this without Reeves Superman. There's no Batman 89. There's no X-Men, Raimi Spider-Man, blah 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 blah. I'm not. Yeah. Hear him out. I see what he's saying, because in 80, like in what was it, like 70 something, like 78. So if at some point there was going to obviously be a Superman, Batman, whatever movie, obviously that was going to happen, but Superman the movie was done, production-wise was done well. Story-wise, I think it's shit. I'm going to say that up front. But
it's a product of its time.
Yeah, it's a product of its time, but it made some serious advancements that they marketed it as you'll believe a man could fly, because it was never done before.
It was great.
So obviously it's a product of its time, and it's a very important movie that pushed the genre forward. But you can't use that as a crutch with its criticisms, because I'm not denying its importance. I don't think Chris is either. We're not denying its importance of being like the first major live action, big budget movie for superheroes. We understand that, but people today are looking at Reeves' Superman as a thing that Superman should be in films today. We're not in the 70s anymore. You can literally have a movie called The Eternals and people are going to fucking watch it. No one knows. Don't give me this shit that I read the comics and I know what the Eternals are. No one knows who it is. Probably 120,000 people in the entire planet Earth know who the Eternals are. No one knew who Guardians of the Galaxy were, but I find it ironic now, past 2014, everyone's like, I don't know who the Guardians of the Galaxy were. I didn't. I said that. I'm like, who the fuck are they?
I didn't either.
Yeah.
I didn't either.
Yeah, but like, it's definitely an important film that set up these things, but we can't look at like that anymore. We just can't. Because we're in a time where Guardians of the Galaxy can make what? I think it made like $750 million. For fuck's sake, a dude he could shrink to the size of an ant made money. It made money. It made movie. But no, it made money. Like, a grimace, nutsack-chinned villain was able to be taken seriously to the point where you can believe his motives and you believe
Not
his
only was he taken serious, he's probably the only CGI character in history to make me fucking scared.
Yeah,
you
dude.
know what I mean?
When he went through the portal,
badass.
dude. When he went through the portal back in Wakanda, and you hear that the dramatic music, dude, I'm getting chills thinking about it. You just hear boom, boom,
yeah,
and then he's just
like,
it's slow mo,
that's him.
And he's like,
Cap, that's him.
And he cracks
the way he says it is just like
pure terror.
Oh, shit.
I'm getting
He's
fucking
like,
chills. I'm remembering that in the theaters, bro. Oh god, I'm actually getting chills. It's so fucking good. The music and you just see the medicine because they earned that moment. We're not in the 70s anymore.
We worked up to the whole film to get to that last moment right there.
And he fucking slaps him down. But yeah, we understand its importance, but we got to move past it. We can take it as a lesson. We could take that and be like, okay, that's what...
You're just looking at it with rose-colored nostalgic glasses, and I'm guilty of doing that shit too, man.
Yeah, I agree. We're all guilty of it.
But you want to morph yourself into having a really good understanding and having an ability to have a conversation with anybody and understand, take those damn things off. Yeah. And like, as much as I love the Ninja Turtles cartoon, go back and watching it does not hold up water. And I'm not going to sit here and act like it's the best cartoon ever, like everybody. Like, no, it's got faults, man. Yeah. And that's all I'm trying to, it's all I'm trying to tell people. Yeah. Except the X-Men series, that holds up though. That's still pretty dope. Like, I gotta
really watch it. I've only watched a handful of episodes, and I've always loved it. I've always loved it.
Me too.
I grew up watching Ben 10. I know this was way past your time. It was probably it came out like 2005 or 6. And I was 8 at the time, and dude, that was my fucking shit. I recently rewatched the first season. Is it awful? No. But it's definitely a kid's show, and I was really sad about it. I'm going to use this little topic to kind of switch gears to our, sadly, final main topic, unless you guys got wild cards to throw at us. We're going to be talking about Avatar: The Last Airbender. I know you're probably sick of that. I know you're sick and tired of hearing it, but it's not about the actual animated show. Directly, at least. It is going to be about the live action series that is coming out. And, okay, I can't do that, whatever. No, but, so, the problem with the new live action Netflix series that they're coming out is that they had the showrunners of the original animated show. They were a part of it for 2 years, and they were working on it, and now they were just let go. I don't know when, but it was just recently announced that we're not working on it anymore. And a lot of people, including myself, were emotional at first. But you got to look at it like this. Avatar: The Last Airbender show was great in its own sense, speaking as a fan. I know Chris hasn't seen it, so I'm going to just kind of keep this short and sweet. It had its moments. It was a great show. Had great character development. General Iroh, Uncle Iroh, one of my favorite animated TV show characters of all time. He was like my dad growing up. He was awesome. Um, Now the fact that the showrunners are out, people are up in a riot, and the reason why they were fired or let go, whatever, is because creative differences. Now, one of two things I'm going to look at it like this. One, it sucks that they're gone, obviously, because those are like the guys that created the show, they created the world, blah 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 blah. Sucks, but it's not the end of the world. You know why? Because they were also executive producers or runners or whatever of the live action movie. And a lot of people tend to forget that. And that movie was total, absolute dog shit. You want to take a property and wipe your ass with it? That's what that did. And some people will say, oh, but, you know, the director, what's his face?
M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah, the M. Night Shyamalan. They made reports saying that they never listened to him. Or he never listened to them. And...
So you can't blame the showrunners on that, though.
No, but then M. Night's like, that's not true. So it's a he said, she said situation.
Well, I'm willing to bet.
Oh, yeah, I'm willing to bet too.
M. Night Shyamalan was told to do shit, and he's like, I'm M. Night fucking Shyamalan.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want to do. Hey, let me tell you about The Last Airbender real quick. You know how you say I don't like it? I was going to give the live action a chance because of M. Night. But you know what? When I watched it, I remember this. When the trailer came out, you know what the first thing you see is?
What?
Nickelodeon Studios presents. And I was like, next.
Yeah.
No fucking way am I going to ever spend money on a Nickelodeon movie. I'm not 16, 12, 13 watching Good Burger. No.
Good Burger, welcome to the Good Burger, may I take your order?
Especially, hey, I loved that shit when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Especially when, you know, it's public knowledge that they had pedophiles working for them.
Oh, sweet.
During the time that I was a kid.
Great.
With those shows growing up with those kids and shit like that. So it's like, I'm not, Nickelodeon, no. But like, I was going to give Last Airbender a chance. I was like, oh, this kind of looks kind of cool, interesting. What's M. Night going to do with it? And then it's like Nickelodeon Studios. I'm like, Nickelodeon? What the hell do they know about making movies? You got to be kidding me.
I mean, they made a good first SpongeBob movie. I mean, in my opinion, I recently rewatched it. It was pretty good.
Does it sound like they let the creators of SpongeBob have a say in it?
Yeah, it feels like it. It felt like the property of SpongeBob.
Did it feel like a longer SpongeBob episode?
Not really. If I'm being completely honest, it didn't. That's why I was actually really surprised. It didn't feel like a prolonged. It actually had plot. It had a morality. It had a moral story at the end of it. Is it like the best? No, but like I looked at it, I'm like, this is genuinely a good movie. Is it great, top tier? No, but I had enjoyment in it. I had a lot of nostalgia on it, but like I think it's fine as a movie. I'm not watching SpongeBob 2 though, and I'm definitely not watching SpongeBob 3. But, like, the first movie does hold up. Like, some of the jokes were actually pretty good. I mean, if you like SpongeBob at all.
No, I do. I mean, I can tolerate SpongeBob. My daughter loves... She calls him SpongeBob Pants. She likes SpongeBob Pants. She doesn't get half the damn jokes, but I think
that's the charm of the show, though.
I think she loves the way that they talk, and they all... Because, you know, they're all characters. SpongeBob, Patrick, they all talk and have their weird, hi, SpongeBob.
Hi, SpongeBob.
I looked at my wife, I was like, you know, Patrick's got Down syndrome. Like, he's classic. Like, my training is telling me that he might be on the spectrum.
He's on the spectrum? Oh, no. I mean, like, this dude had a nail on his forehead, so it might be true. I mean, I don't know where a starfish's brain's at, but I don't know.
I think starfishes are just big.
I know they move around. I know they move around, and they're like their mouth is apparently like the center, the bottom center, something like that. I don't remember. I took biology or whatever, fucking 7th grade.
I love the Sailor Mouth episode.
Oh my god! Did you ever hear the behind the scenes where they actually released it?
Yes.
Oh my god! hearing, this is gonna piss some people off, but I thought it was fucking hilarious. Hearing Mr. Krabs say the N-word, I was like, what? It's just in that voice, I was just like, I was shocked. Like, you heard SpongeBob, the guy who did SpongeBob, he said ass, shit, you know, the small ones. Then Patrick tried to one-up him. Then Mr. Krabs got that fucking slug out. He was like, I'm fucking ready. And, oh my God. I remember, what's his name? Tom Kenny, the voice of SpongeBob. He said that he was nearly just passed out from laughing. That was probably like the hardest session he's ever had to do with those guys.
You don't think that in the history of that show that they weren't doing their voices and putting them in inappropriate situations? You know they were.
Oh yeah, definitely. But this is the one time they're like, yeah, by the way, you can just say whatever the fuck you want. And
right,
that's when they're like, okay, every once in a while the floodgates would seal out a little bit. That's the one time they just punch that fucking door open. They're like, go at 'em, boys! What? I fucking love it, dude. So great. Oh, man. That was top. I remember when that episode was released, my mom was like, what? Because she hated the show.
I was on DVD. Dude, I was babysitting my nephews.
Oh, no.
And I'm just chilling, not paying attention, bored. I'm like, oh, I don't want to watch this crap. And all of a sudden, in the back right here, hey, how the are you? I'm like, what? Is he cussing right now? And then I watched the whole episode. I was like, is this a kid's show? Like, he's clearly saying fuck and shit. Oh, man.
What they were able to get away with, the things they were able to get away with, it's fucking incredible. They can't do that today. They can't. People get offended, cancel culture, and all this shit.
Well, hey, Patrick, how are you? What?
And then you hear Mr. Krabs like, what's your language? And then his mom comes in, and she's hearing him, like, probably screaming the N-word. Because he stubbed his toe or some shit like that. Oh, fucking great. Oh, dude. Well,
oh, man.
Yeah, it was a slow news week, sadly. Any final things you want to talk about, dude, before we shut the shades or anything like that?
No, I mean, no, it's great coming on, just chit-chatting with you, shooting the shit.
Shooting the shit, bro. Definitely going to have you on next week. I'll let you know what the topics are. Hopefully we can get a lot more in. Because, again, this was the only thing that people have been talking about all over the fucking planet right now, especially in the tri-state areas, AMC and the 15-cent thing. So that's literally the news has been drowned out with that. So, guys, again, we didn't get any memes, but if you guys want to send memes on the podcast, make sure you send it to me at Gumps_videos or at Gumps_videos on Instagram. If you DM me, I will make sure I'll go check it out.
Yes,
Just send me memes, bruh. Give us the memes. It could be anything. Just we'll probably listen.
Our reactions are going to be worth your time.
Yeah, depending on the meme, I might show it or might not show it. But just know the raunchier, the better. But probably we won't be able to show it. But we'll be laughing if we don't show it. It's not because we hated it. It's just probably because we can't show it. But it's fucking great.
If we can't show it, if we can read it, we'll try to do our best to describe it. But Gump, I think we should do like a meme of the week, and we'll pick out a person and give them a little plug, and they'll share their meme. We could do, you could do that. I'm not saying we. Sorry, I apologize.
No, dude, you're probably gonna end up being realistically the consistent member. You've been on the podcast the most out of everybody on my podcast's history, so you're probably gonna be the consistent guy anyway. So.
It would be fun to do a meme of the week.
Yeah, we're definitely going to probably end up doing something like that. Well, anyways, guys, like, comment, subscribe, Twitter, Patreon. You guys know it. Patreon.com/GumpsVideos. Twitter.com/Gumps_videos or something like that. I guess that's the tag, but whatever. Anyway, guys, peace.